Hey guys, Artosis here, bringing you some more Zerg vs. Zerg StarLeague. We have ZeLoT in the top left. We have Absolute in the bottom right. This is game number 2 of the winners match in Group D of the round of 16. ZeLoT was able to defend against the Lings of Absolute. Absolute just kind of got destroyed there. Like, ZeLoT had just the right drone advantage. His counterattack was good. I feel like when Absolute ran behind the minerals with the Lings, he like gave up the one advantage that he had, which was that Ling count. Not sure exactly what he was trying to do with that. That seemed like a Zerg vs. Terran type move where you're trying to like pull the Marines to one side so you can get in the other, but there was a sunken there, so it's like you can't trick a sunken colony, you know? Static D is static. So anyways, a very fast and furious game number 1. We're going into game number 2 here on AGGRO. Yeah, I guess we'll just see what they're going to come up with. It looks like a 9 pool here from ZeLoT. They are cross spawn, just to mention. So it takes a little bit longer for Zerglings to travel. If Absolute goes for that hatchery first, will ZeLoT actually be able to get damage done? In closer spawns, it's more likely, right? Gas going up. And all right, let's do it, man. 9 pool speed. Good stuff. Okay. It is going to be a pool first. So actually, when you look at these builds, I like Absolute should be completely fine, right? This is a spawning pool after all those drones and everything, so it's like a 12 pool. Historically, this has been considered a counter to 9 pool, but, you know, as I've been mentioning, because we've had so many ZVZs, and there's only so much ZVZ to go around, but it's... The faster the layer, like, we've definitely seen people kind of master how to utilize this build against a build like this, where it's like, yeah, like, I have a little bit less drones, but there is this little edge of aggression where the mutas are a little bit quicker, Zergling speed can be quicker, and that type of thing. We'll see if it's going to be layer first or Zergling speed first for Absolute, since he is getting that second hatchery. Sometimes you do see people go Zergling speed in that situation and end up relying on spore colonies to hold off the mutas. Now, the first 6 Lings are coming out, going across the map. He obviously knows that there's... Absolute is not in the bottom left because of his Overlord Scout, but doesn't know, is he top right? Is he, you know, bottom right? Does not know for sure. Probably, you know, you might be like, he'd probably send his Overlord, like, counterclockwise, which he did. Which would mean that he would have seen the Overlord already if Absolute was top right. But, you know, that's always a little bit of a risk because people do randomize that from time to time at the pro level. Okay, now the Lings are met with 6 Lings of Absolutes. As I was mentioning before, you know, you're pretty safe with this build. Zergling speed is on the way for both sides. Absolute getting his speed first. No layer yet, but the layer just now starting. He's going to go ahead and pull a couple drones down for additional defense. The drones definitely can screw up the AI of your opponent's Lings. You know, they do decent damage, and actually they can technically shoot over a Zergling. They actually have some range. Okay, ooh! that was kind of a big hit. That was 3 Lings hitting that, like, all at once. Okay, ZeLoT pulling back now. Their speeds are going to finish at almost exactly the same moment. Now, ZeLoT turns and fights. He actually gets a reasonable concave there. And Absolute speed finishes, and before he can even... I was wondering if he was going to be able to get a hit. Okay, he gets 1 hit on his ZeLoT's Lings as his speed finishes, and he turns tail to go home. He's going to go ahead and start making a line on top of his ramp and rely upon his quick Mutalisks here. In the meantime, Absolute sending a lot of Lings. You have to make nothing but Lings at this point, and it's possible he may even want to make a Sunken. I don't see a great place for the Sunken. Like, I mean, you could make it in the middle of your mineral line if it's just going to save your life. Okay, 1 Ling gets through. You see Absolute trying really hard. This is why you make those lines, right? Because it's so hard for your opponent to attack in without having multiple of your Lings hitting one of his Lings. And as soon as that starts to happen, you start to gain an edge. It's the very small things in this matchup. Now, the Spire's about to finish. We don't have the Evolution Chamber yet. He doesn't need it yet, but he needs it, like, very, very soon. There is that Sunken. It looks like he's decided to make it in the gas line. It's a little bit out in the front, but the drones that are mining gas can screw up the AI going after that. Oh, cancels. Cancels. He sees the Evolution Chamber. You know what? His Overlord sees the Lings at home. He's like, yep, don't need that. He's playing defensive. So Absolute right now This is all about him getting proper spore placement. You actually technically need 2 spores per base to fend off mutas completely. Right? Like, this spore is very important because it's at the front, so your lings can defend. You need one over here as well. Yeah, there it is. He has one here. Now, there is going to be a spot down here you can put a Mutalisk, and it will deny, like, 5 mineral patches. So, like, 1 spore... We'll see if ZeLoT tries to go after that, right? His Mutalisk count is limited, and to get a Muta down here is kind of risky, and it takes a while. So I think it's fine to start with the 3 spores. You don't want to, like, overbuy Static D, or your opponent will run away with the game. Right now, Absolute is up 5 workers. Dude, 5 workers, and he has a natural expansion. He has his Spire on the way. Honestly, I kind of like it for Absolute. Look, he's making that second spore I was talking about. Yeah, yeah. Now, a lot of lings are coming from ZeLoT. A lot of lings. One thing that sometimes the one-hatch Muta does is it sits its Mutas here, so these larvae can't send lings down. And then they'll just attack in with more lings than you have at your natural and break everything. That could be what he does. Okay, he actually runs by, and now the Mutas can catch the upcoming lings. So it's the same idea in reverse right there, right? Going after that bottom spore. He knows there's a lot of denial he can do if he gets rid of that. Oh my god, more lings getting in as well. This map may not be good for strats like this, man. That spore is not really covering the ramp, making it very hard. And he makes his own creep. Oh my god. Okay, well, that's... He's making a creep colony on his opponent's creep. Okay, that's kind of cool. We gotta give him props for that. That actually makes a lot of sense if you make a sunken here. Because, like, the spore wasn't really covering this. So the Mutas could have defended this. Like, kind of sit over this wall it makes, and as you get a sunk here, it's like the game just ends. Definitely ZeLoT showing better understanding of ZVZ than Absolute. Absolute had the general motions down, but yeah, that turned out to be kind of one-sided. Okay, so that ends our ZVZs. That's it. Okay, ZeLoT goes to the round of 8 immediately, and now we'll have non-Zerg vs. Zerg matchups. Thank you for watching.